Good morning, students. This is Prakash, teacher in mathematics. Today, previously I have done two important chapters in paper 1 of 10th class, and today I am going to explain one more important chapter, that is polynomials. Before going to that chapter, let us have a definition of a polynomial. What is a polynomial? Let x be a variable, n be a positive integers, a1, a2, a3, and so on, an are constants. That means real numbers. Then an algebraic expression in variable x in the form of an x power n plus an minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus and so on a1 x plus a0 is called a polynomial. Here you have to remember that the exponent of the variable decreases by 1 and finally we got the exponent is 0. So last one a0, we don't have the variable, that is called constant. And if you, very important thing you have to identify is n should be a positive integer. N should be positive. If n is negative, it is not a polynomial. And in the place of a0, a1, a2 and so on, an minus 1, you can take any number, any real number, rational, even irrational also you can take. But in the place of n, you have to take only positive integer. That you have to remember. Then only we can say that it is polynomial. Now, here the an minus 1, a1 and so on, a0 all the called the coefficients. You can say what is coefficients? These are the coefficients of the variables. If you observe that x power n coefficient is a power n. X power n minus 1 coefficient is a power n minus 1. These are all called coefficients which are real numbers. Now I will go with an example. So p of x is equals to 3x minus 2 is a polynomial in variable x. Let us see these the conditions are satisfied or not. X power n is positive, so 1. Here x power variable exponent is 1, so it is positive, so it satisfies this polynomial condition, hence it is a polynomial in variable x. And if you go with another example, 3y square minus 2y plus 4, exponent of y is 2 here, 2, and here exponent is 1, and here exponent is 0. So variable exponent is 0. This is constant. So it is in the form of yes, 2, 1 and 0. It is in the form of a polynomial. Hence it is a polynomial. It satisfies all. And if you observe these two, 2x square minus 3 root x plus 5. Here you can say that exponent of this variable is 2. That is okay, positive. But here exponent of x is square root they mentioned. Square root means x power 1 by 2. But we have already told that n should be a positive integer. You can say that 1 by 2 is positive, but it is not integer. So it is not a polynomial. Similarly, here if you go with 1 by x square, 1 by x square means if you write in exponential form, that becomes x power minus 2. But we know that n should be positive integer, it is negative, hence it is not a polynomial. And here also we'll have 3 by x. So by x, 1 by x can be written in exponential form, x power minus 1. Since it is negative, it is not a polynomial. So, dear students, you have to remember the definition of a polynomial and you have to distinguish which are polynomials and which are not polynomials. That is the basic one first. And then you can give your own examples of different types of polynomials following the definition. So, before next, the degree of a polynomial. How we can find the degree of a polynomial? Generally, we know that when we are studying, the highest qualification is called a degree. So if you completed 10th class, then what you will say, which class you have completed, you will say that I have completed 10th, but you won't say that I have completed 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, because if you completed 9th, it says that you have completed all the previous one, so no need to mention the smaller things what you have finished. So highest qualification, you will mention that as 10th if you completed 10th. If you completed degree. If you completed postgraduate degree, you will say post graduation. Thus, similarly, degree of a polynomial is nothing but the highest power of x in a polynomial f of x is called the degree of the polynomial. So here we can observe this with an examples what we have discussed. Here the exponent highest power of x we have to take. That means we have to take only the exponent of the variable. Here the variable is x. So highest power is 1 because here is no variable. So highest power is 1. So this is degree 1. The first degree polynomials are said to be linear polynomials. And if you go with the next one, what is the highest one? 2. So its degree is 2. When degree is 2, then we will mention that that is a quadratic polynomial. And then if you mention the R object, see the highest power is 3. So the degree is 3, then it is called cubic polynomial. If the degree is 4, then it is called biquadratic polynomial. These are the polynomials basing on their degrees. Their names are mentioned by their degrees. We can say that previously in previous classes you have mentioned that different types of polynomials, monomial, binomial, trinomial, basing on the number of terms. One term monomial, two terms binomial, three terms trinomial. Similarly, we can say that a linear polynomial can be in single term monomial or two terms binomial. So if we say number of terms, we can mention that monomial, binomial, trinomial, multinomial. But when you say that because of degree, you have to mention that linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, biquadratic polynomial. So many students are thinking that polynomial is nothing but more number of terms. No, multinomial means more number of terms. Polynomial means we have to see this definition only. A power n and n should be positive. That is the definition of polynomial. It's not multinomial. It can be. And finally, one more we have q of y is equals to minus 3 by 2. You can ask me, sir, I didn't study anything. So your degree, I'm saying about the degree only. So minus 3 by 2 means there is no variable here. If there is no variable, what is the exponent of that variable? 0. Hence, it is called constant polynomial. And we'll see what are the standard forms of these. Standard forms, linear polynomial is ax plus b, where a not equal to 0, ab belongs to r. You can ask me, sir, the real numbers already have mentioned in the definition, but why you have mentioned again a not equal to 0 here? If a becomes 0, what happens we'll see. If a becomes 0, this term will be 0 and we'll left over with b. B means it's a real number. So it's a constant. There is no variable. Then this will not be a linear polynomial. Hence, I have mentioned a not equal to 0. So if you mentioned the linear polynomial and you have to see that the degree of term should not be equal to 0. The highest degree is here 1. So that term should not be equal to 0. Hence that coefficient must not be 0. That's the case of linear polynomial. It is the standard form. Standard form means a linear polynomial may contain two terms will be the standard form. A linear polynomial may contain single term also, but it is not in standard form. So similarly for quadratic polynomial you have the standard form ax square plus bx plus c. The same highest degree term should not be equal to 0 and ABC are real numbers. Here x term can be 0, constant can be 0, but this term should not be, this coefficient should not be 0. That's the case. Similarly for cubic polynomial you have ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are real numbers. For biquadratic polynomial we have x power 4 to up to constant term, where highest degree term is not equal to 0. So the second thing is value of a polynomial. How can we find the value of a polynomial? If you see that the definition of that is, if f of x is a polynomial in x and alpha be any real number, then f of alpha is called value of polynomial of f of x at alpha. It's very simple. If you take a polynomial, for example, q of y equal to 3y square minus 2y plus 4 and find the values when y equal to 1 and y equal to minus 2. Simply substituting those values in your polynomial. So I will take the polynomial and then I will substitute 1 in this. I will get 3 into 1 square minus 2 into 1 plus 4, which results 3 minus 2 plus 4, that results 1 plus 4 equal to 5. So 5 is the value of q of y when y equal to 1. So when y equal to minus 2, what is the value of your polynomial? Simply substituting minus 2 in the place of y. q of minus 2 equal to 3 into minus 2 whole square minus 2 into minus 2 plus 4, which results 3 into 4 plus 4 plus 4. I will get 20. 20 is the value of that polynomial when y is equals to minus 2. And one more, 0 of a polynomial. 0 of a polynomial is nothing but already we have now discussed about value of the polynomial. So if the value of the polynomial is 0, for which value this polynomial is 0, then that is said to be 0 of a polynomial. Because we got already different values now. For y equal to 1 I got 5, for y equal to minus 2 I got 20. For what values of y this polynomial is 0, that is said to be 0 of a polynomial. A real number alpha is 0 of a polynomial if and only if f of alpha equal to 0. That we will do with an example. P of x is equals to 2x plus 1. To find this 0, just we will make 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So then we will transpose plus 1 to right hand side and 2 to right hand side. I will get x equals to minus 1 by 2. That means if you substitute in the place of x minus 1 by 2, then this polynomial becomes 0. For no other value, it will become 0. That is called the 0 of a polynomial. If I go with another example, second degree expression, quadratic polynomial, y square minus 1. I will go with, let q of y equal to 0. Y square minus 1 equal to 0. Then y square becomes 1. In the place of y, I can get 1 or minus 1. For both, it will become 0. So for quadratic polynomial, I got two zeros. And if I go with cubic polynomial z cube is equals to 0, z equals to 0. Here, you have to remember one thing. You can get the values of the variable at which the polynomial is 0 is called 0 of a polynomial. So here, by observing this, we can say that a polynomial of degree n has at most n zeros. Here one line you have to understand. At most n zeros means for first degree polynomial you will have only one zero, no doubt in that. For second degree polynomial you will at most have two zeros. That means you can have two zeros or less than 2, but not more than 2. If you observe the z cube here, I got only 1 0. Yes, it's okay. It may contain 1, 2 or 3, not more than that. That is the meaning of at most n zeros. And now this we can apply here with the graph. So graphical representation of a linear polynomial. I will conclude today's class with linear polynomial graphical representation. That is, first we already know that the standard form of linear polynomial is ax plus b. It has only one 0. So for example, if I take a polynomial y equal to 2x plus 3, first I have to take all the values like this. First, in the place of x, I have substituted minus 2. I got minus 1 of value y. Then the point is minus 2, minus 1. Similarly, minus 1, 1, 0, 3, 1, 5, 2, 7. If you draw the graph for this, then I will get like this. So I have taken that for minus 2, minus 1, and for 0, 3, and for minus 1, 1, 1, 5, and for 2, 7. So if you observe this, the graph meets x-axis at minus 1.5 comma 0. This is the point where you will get minus 1.5 comma 0. That means we can say that 0 of 2x plus 3 is minus 1.5 because y becomes 0. Y means 2x plus 3 becomes 0. 2x plus 3 becomes 0 at x is equals to minus 1.5. So hence we can say that from the graph we can say that the 0 of 2x plus 3 is minus 1.5. So if you observe that general issue 2x plus 3 equal to 0, x is equals to minus 3 by 2. Both are same. So by observing that x-intercept of a line will be the 0 of that line, that polynomial. General form of a linear polynomial is ax plus b. We have got that linear. Linear means it's a line. So 0 of the polynomial of ax plus b will becomes x is equals to minus b by a. That means the graph of linear polynomial is a straight line and it meets x-axis at the point minus b by a comma 0. So hence the 0 of a polynomial is minus b by a. So this is the graphical representation of linear polynomial, and in next videos I will explain the remaining things. Thank you. Good luck.